Any tool can be used for good or bad. It's really the ethics of an artist using it. Quoted by John Berg. A very warm morning and hearty welcome you all. On behalf of Postgraduate and Research Department of Commerce of Ethiraj College for Women, organizes a webinar on fostering robust skills on ethics and corporate social responsibility. We are honored to have Dr. A.S. Nagalata ma'am, and we're extremely happy to welcome you ma'am. Now, I request Preetika, the treasurer for Aided Stream, to welcome the chief guest.
The time is always right to do the right thing. Good morning, one and all. Dr. A.S. Nagalata ma'am is Associate Professor in PG and Research Department of Commerce, Sri Kanyanka Parameshwari Arts and Science College for Women. Ma'am has done PhD in University of Madras 2016. She has done research on attitude of women employees in BPO and perception of managers on corporate social responsibility. She has been part of many committees, clubs, workshops, seminars, and been part of many organization committees for both national and international conferences representing Department of Commerce Sri Kanyanka Parameshwari College. Here are some of ma'am's publication and paper presentation. Financial guidance in CSR, CSR in advertisement, a study on entrepreneur skills among women college students in Chennai, and many more, which has received 5 Best Paper Awards. Ma'am has chaired as a resource person for many workshops and webinars. We all are happy and privileged to welcome Dr. A.S. Nagalata ma'am.
A very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for inviting me for this part of giving my thoughts in the fostering robust skills on ethics and corporate social responsibility. I thank the management of Ethiraj College, Madam Principal Dr. Kodai, Head of the Institution of BCom General Dr. Saranya Madam, and my colleague Dr. Krishna Kumari for inviting me this session and choosing me for this. I'm very glad to be in this part. Few minutes, let me share my screen. Yeah, I guess the screen is visible. Okay. Dear girls, I want to make this little interactive. Okay. So I need keep your fingers on a chat box and please text me whenever you have any sort of clarity is required. Okay. So let me take this session for a business ethics. Business ethics. So let me tell you like what we're going to discuss in this ethics and the different forms and CSR. So I have chosen this ethics and code of conduct, moral value. These things are connected together and sound similar. Okay. So will you accept these things? Please chat in the chat box. Someone is checking your mobile. Will you accept it? Pooja, Arunachalam, thank you. Good afternoon, Amma. Your parents is monitored your social media activities. Will you accept this? Okay, Pooja Arunachalam, text me. Thank you. No. And the ATM is spits out the extra. We'll take it as 100 rupees or 500 rupees in favor of you. That's it's not actually your money. Will you accept that money? Okay, Hemalata said we won't accept. Okay, thank you for giving active response. So fine. So why you say this will not be accepted by you? Because something is stopping you to not to do that because it is not connected to good. Okay. So obviously that we are in the right track. So ethics, it's about a word from the Greek, and it says ta ethika, means have to do with good characteristics, and it is always interested in search of good, and it gives the underlying understanding of the principles which is connected in day-to-day life. So that part normally, which is we say as an ethics, obviously doing the right thing, fairness, being responsible, and to be kind to everyone. From the childhood, we have taught this from our parent and the people who are near to us. So anytime doing good will gives you some sort of happiness. Okay, so I can give you an example how this ethics have been evolved. So as we are connected with a lot of stories from the different epics and Puranas and Ithikasas, which says doing good will get something good. Doing bad, it's something makes you adverse. Okay, so this is what that we have been learned from this part. This is a culture of Japanese. Till now, in this century, fast 5 years, they'll be teaching only the discipline to the kids. And whenever the students or any kids, even a grown up child, okay, if we say the adult or anybody, while crossing the zebra crossing, they will bow and give a respect to the people who have been in the zebra crossing and stop their vehicle to pass them from that way. Okay, that sort of giving back to the society, it has been is important and consider every individual respectful. It is thought in the Japan. Okay, so it's a very fast thought still in the in this particular period. The people are teaching the moral, ethics, cleanness, and discipline. Okay, it is also part of our behavior. And what is morality? See, morality is from this word of Latin, and it speaks about the customs, manners, and habits shaping human life. So, it's something ethics guides the morality. You cannot paint without the paintbrush or anything, even with your hand. Okay, so there is a hand painting too. So ethics guides the morality to make and behave and react to the situation. Okay, and values versus ethics. See, some people say a man of value. Can you tell me any examples? He is a person or a woman called as a man of values. I need your active participants. Can you share? Anybody? You say he is a person of man of values. Waiting for your answers. Okay, so I'll go ahead. Of course, I believe my father, my mother, they are taught me the values. So I believe they are the role model for me to carry the real good values that in my life. Okay, so it is not someone else that could be a valuable person, and you will find in your family and with your friends, it's a person of value. Okay, so here value is very important. It is to be changed to person and gives us motive and to stay in a right path. Ethics is called as universe. Ethics, it's something like universe. Why I say, for example, lying is sin, even in related to any country. But a doctor lies for the benefit and for the happiness of the patient. Then what do you think? Whether the doctor is unethic? No. So this is how normally we connected with ethics. So ethics is somewhat as universal. And what about the code of conduct? See, the code of conduct, it's having the principles, regulations which have been underlined and have been created in a proper platform. That particular group of people need to be followed. So we can say as a code of conduct to the employees, code of conduct to the doctors, okay, as they say as a professional ethics. Okay, so it is go to the doctors and the people who apply the skills and knowledge, specialized manner that comes under the code of conduct of a professionals. Okay. So this is to reach to particular society or particular occupation or particular profession, the code of conduct. But ethics is always universal. Okay, let me tell you the business ethics. So as you think, of course, ethics is pertained in everywhere. It's one form of ethics that we say a business and professional ethics. So it is combination of compassion of many activities where if you're going for a job, probably you will expect certain from in your job place. What is that? A fairness, respect for others, trustworthiness, law abiding, and committed with all the work, responsibility, leadership, accountability, caring, and promise keeping. So these and all, it's connected with business ethics. Okay. So here, I just tell you how the business ethics is transformed as a social responsibility. See, when you are being in a when you are okay, so when you are in a cinema theater or when you are in a public place, you are not to ask to drop your waste just like the throw in it in the road. You will expect it to be keep it in the dustbin, isn't it? It's some sort of social responsibility you want giving back to the society. Even in the household, we will be dividing the garbages, which is renewable. Maybe it's about composed and not decomposed items. Okay, so biodegradable and not biodegradable, you separate it and give it to the workers. So that shows you have a concern towards the environment. So these sort of activities are connected with the social responsibility. And business ethics, how far responsible to the social that we see here. So the responsibility of a business to differ, spread, and foster human values ensures the socio-economic welfare. Despite of your profit, still you have a concern with your stakeholder. That stands, it's called as a CSR. And here he goes with this Archie's B. Carroll. He is the first person I've called as a father of corporate social responsibility. In his article, he have mentioned what the social responsibility of every corporate possess. We have categorized into the four big areas in the firms. It is economic responsibility. Of course, without profit, will you able to run the business? I need some active participation. Kindly share your opinion. Girls, am I audible to you? Okay, thank you, Harshita, for answering me. So, without profit, you cannot run the business, and how far you will be satisfying other stakeholders. So, any concern, it is fast layer, it's about they should be economically strength, and then only they could do the survival of other stakeholders who are connected with the company and the corporate. Okay, second one is legal responsibility. See, when you say I have a lot of answers. Yamini has said no, thank you. Jivita said no. Divya Bharati, Pooja, and Hemalata again. Thank you that I'm audible. So, without profit, absolutely you cannot do or run a business, and you cannot pay your people who are connected and strongly believe you. Legal responsibility. So, as being as a corporate, you also called as a corporate citizenship. As a citizenship that you possess, you should be abide that particular country law And we can say either it is a central government or a state government, the regulation which they are creating, you should be following it. So obey the law is another responsibility of a corporate. Then ethical responsibility. See what you say as an ethical responsibility here, the business ethics connected directly. How? Whether you're paying a proper compensation to your employees and you don't have any sort of inequality, and we say you don't have a bias on paying the different age groups, and you're not biased in case of paying a women and a men equally. So you consider them both as equally, and see there should not be any sort of work harassment and sexual harassment in your company. So, and you also check whether the documents and the information are safe and secure with your company. So these sort of either everything which is connected to the ethical behavior of employer and employee together. And here the final one is philanthropic responsibility. So philanthropic responsibility is something doing beyond your profit, legal and ethical, which is you give to the society without expecting anything back. So that sort of philanthropy behavior, it's called as a philanthropic responsibility. Okay, so now the corporate social responsibility have evolved a much more stronger. Okay, so this is corporate responsibility have been split into a different aspects, and each and every aspects it is proving its own identity. The CSR has been created to enhance the life of the individual and exceeds the profit and loss matters for the business and individual. Still, you have a lot of discrepancies in this. Okay, so why? Because I can quote you two different examples. You know the Coca-Cola company? Coca-Cola company. At the time of liberalization, the company entered in 1991 as a soft drink company. Okay, so 5 or 6 years back, it has been indemnified that lot of pesticides are there in cola. While taking that will give an adverse effect to every individual. Even it creates a harmful effect for other creature. Okay, have you come across? Have you seen those videos, Amma? So where it has failed to satisfy the quality of the product which is selling to the customers. Okay, so this is one sort of ethical issues that has faced by the company. Even the Cadbury chocolates that is also face the same issues. Okay, so there is a worm which has been generated, and the worm was there in the packet, and you can see the Coca-Cola or something where the cockroach and other contaminated products are connected with a cola or a Pepsi. So these sort of see, of course, the company survives because of the sales, and sales happens only because of customer. If you are not providing a good quality which you promise to the customer, and how far that business able to survive? So this is made some sort of impact on many people, and this Companies Act of 2013, which has been given lot of incorporate social responsibility act. So here it has been passed in 29/8/2013, then implemented in the year of 2014 to 15. See, the companies of those you have as a 3 year, preceding 3 year, if their net worth is rupees 500 crore and their turnover is more than 1 crore and their net profit is more than 5 crore. If they fall in this three category, they can, they have to, it is mandatory, they have to spend 2 percentage of their returns in the social cost. The social cost, it's something called as corporate social responsibility. Okay. See, this is meanwhile, I would like to tell you why this corporate social responsibility have been connected with many aspects. See, if it is for a stakeholders, shareholders, you have to be ethic, you have to be transparent, and you are accountable. What do you mean by ethic here? Not to make any secret profit or inside profit. There is also called as a conflict of interest. See, the conflict of interest will arises in this manner. See, one of the board of director have a company where she is an engineer and she is represented for her engineering designing for the particular company as a director. Okay. She designs in a such a way where the spare parts and other elements, which is directly purchased from her husband's industry or understanding husband's manufacturing area. So, this is really called as a conflict of interest, where you are restricting the opportunity. Your design is restricted the opportunity to other people, and you are giving the opportunity only to your own family members to produce the product to the company. So this is called as somehow connected with the inside trading and conflict of interest. Okay. So this shouldn't be happen. That's mean of trust you expect from your board of directors. Okay, goods and services are should be safety and contribute to the sustainability to the people and promoting well-being all your employees. It's very important. You have to take care of your employees. Respect interest of the shareholders and stakeholders the time of vulnerable situation. Respect, protect, and make effort on restoring the environment, because without environment there is no sustainability. Engage and influencing public policy and regulation policy of the particular nation. Of course, the time of corona, every corporates and everywhere coming forward and giving lot of awareness and supporting the people in the different way in order to overcome the disaster. I have some data for you to tell. See, in the year of 2019 to 20, where the 20 to 21 is a big disaster that we met. It's called as Corona, the COVID-19. The people and everybody were looking that even the amendment of this Companies Act of 2017 have streamlined and give lot of stress to a different corporate, whether the corporate is coming forward and stop the doing CSR activity and spending the 2 percentage of their returns on the CSR. Everybody astonished, because though in spite of the pressure they face, they're ready to spend more to the society without expecting anything back. So the majority of the firms who are connected, this for example, 130 companies analyzed, 113 have given a cash or kind to the people. See, there are many companies have contributed to the Prime Minister Fund for uh, facing the disaster. Many companies have provided the food, ration, donations, mask, sanitizers, and everything to everyone. So here, the total amount of 316 crores have been given for the Prime Minister Fund, and the 3221 has given for the other indirectly or directly connected to the COVID welfare of the people. So here, the 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, the contribution of the CSR spending for a different corporates. So in this thing, 64 percentage of companies are spending 2 percentage on more. 8.92 companies are percentage of companies presenting 3 percentage of their profit. They're ready to spend more than 2 percentage, and 234 companies spend less than 1 percentage. I have did some research work in this, and I'll tell you why it is. See, Here, when your sales is 99 percentage and below, your spend of value it's about 1.86, and your investment, your return is more than 10,000 crores, then also you will spend of 1.62 percentage. The company who are being getting more than 500 crores to 10,000 crore, they are spending a 2 percentage and more than 2 percentage. Can you say why this is? You have any idea? I tell you. See, the company which has been initially starting, they'll be focusing more on their development. Okay. So they will be focusing whatever the amount they will be getting, they will be investing in their other platforms where they can groom their business. And the business who have been the turnover of 500 to 10,000 crore, they already established themselves. They have very good brand loyalty and they have very good reputation. And they also do CSR. Their brand image will be building like anything. And about 10,000 crores, whatever they earn as a sales return, even the 1.68 percentage is very huge. They don't know where to spend because they have already been given almost all platform. They have touched almost all platform for strengthening and giving back to the society. So they don't know where to give and what sort of benefits they do other than this. So this is the reason why it has been lesser, then start increasing and they have been decreased. Am I clear to you girls? Somebody says yes, please. So here we goes where which thing is not connected to CSR, which we say whatever the spend that you have, whatever that you have spent. Okay, thank you Arshita and thank you Sai, Sri Lakshmi, for giving your opinion. I'm happy that you're understanding in this. And thank you, Abhinaya. Thank you, Pratika, Pritika, I guess. Okay, so I'm spending much. So I can give a lot of things in my websites. I can update my websites. I have complete social audit. But still, this corporate social responsibility committee have given a streamline. Certain expenditure will not connect to the CSR. What are they? The activities undertaken in pursuance to of normal course of business of any company, just like giving offers, coupons, discounts that will not be considered as an your CSR. Okay. So next one, so any activity undertakes any activities undertakes by the company outside India where the Indian people is not connected and not benefited out of it, that expenditure will not consider as in CSR. Contribution of any amount directly or indirectly to the political party at the act under the act of 18 it's 182, it is also not considered as a CSR. An activity that significantly benefits the employees of the company and their family, so giving holiday tours, giving weekends, so amusements, chances to the employee who do significantly for their who have did some sort of achievement in their company. So these and all will not be connected to the CSR. So these sort of rules have been given and they made a streamline what will connected and what is not connected. Still the time, many corporates are not coming forward to do their social activity. Why? Because they have a two different problem. One, whatever they spend as a social cost, it is part of their profit. For that, they are paying a tax. The government have not completely given tax-free zones for whatever they spend for the CSR in some aspects. So here the streamline, which will be given a tax-free work and which is not given as a tax-free work, still there is a controversies connected to that. And second, Though they have created the CSR activities and they are initiated, who is going to take care for the further years? Okay, for example, a company have created a park, okay, which is to be very much technically updated and excellent park. So who going to take care of the maintenance? Okay, so the maintenance and the rights of the individual responsibility of that particular community where they're getting a benefit, it is lacking. So nobody is coming forward to take up the responsibility and to support for the company who are ready to give all amenities to them. So this is a big question. And so these are the two major reasons even the people struggle to find and estimate the beneficiaries in the right path. Am I clear to you? So this is the complete spend of CSR. Manufacturing does much, and consumer commodity, financial services, healthcare, IT, energy, and telecommunication. So they spend much on the area of CSR. So what are the CSR activities are connected all about? Many companies have made up miracles, and many companies are following the PSUs. Okay, so what is PSU? When you say the private company and the public company, okay, the two different aspects that we'll be focusing on. Private company can do whatever they are wishing to do. Okay, when you say a public company, which is very important, they have to follow the norms and policies which is created by the central government. So the central government have given a underlined scheme. Okay, so they have to follow that. For example, the healthcare and infrastructure, they have to build a road, they have to build a metro train. Okay, so they have to make a bridge for connecting to the people, the cities, and the roadways. So they have to do for their business as well as for the general public. Eradication, extreme hunger, and poverty. So here they'll be contributing many aspects. They adopted many villages and see they what could we do to eradicate the poorness of the people. Promotion of education. Many people are focusing on this. Though we have girl child education, though we have up to the 10th standard or 8th standard, you have a compulsory education. Still, some part of the country of India, the people are not ready to send their child for education. So, identifying those corners and giving the enlightenment, it is a big challenging thing. So that activities have been done by the companies with their volunteers, promoting gender equality and empowering women. See, there is lot of MS and MSMUs are there. Okay, so in order to promote micro, macro, and small scale industries, and they're providing a lot of funds for the people to come forward and to make their identification to establish in the different field and reducing the child mortality. It's very important. You can see when you take statistics of the different states comparatively, the southern part is really safe and have a less mortality rate of girl child. Of course, still in the north part, few parts of India, the mortality rate of a girl child is higher. Okay, so identify that and giving them the platform and to take care of the girl child in a better sense, they are doing a lot of schemes. Improving maternal health, integrating in maternal health is about like for all the people they are providing a healthcare healthcare services either straightly or maybe using the mobile healthcare centers. Okay, so livestock development, disaster management, rehabilitation is the best example. When we have a flood, when we are still facing the lockdown, many people are doing some, many heroes are doing, and normal people, though they don't have identity of corporate, they themselves coming forward and they're doing the best for the country. and ensuring the environmental sustainability, where it's very important the people are looking into the carbon points and carbon footprints. Okay, now they have been called as a carbon shares. Okay, carbon stakeholders, or they have called. Okay, it's a new evolution is coming in this case of reducing the carbon presence in air. Development enhancing vocational skills, social business projects, contribution to the Prime Minister's relief fund then and there whenever it is required. And some interesting thing have been done by the private companies. They are called as community kitchen program, green entrepreneur, promoting innovation and research in startups. Okay, so these are the other platforms and other areas where the different corporates are giving their support. So, okay, on an average, these are the different areas they are giving their contribution for a different aspects. You can see some underlying activity, as I told you. So, these have been given by the government to the people. Okay, so what is that? Actually, some companies are promoting the sports. You can see when we have, uh, let's say, crickets which has been people are connected with the different states and they'll be doing a match. Okay, so that's completely taken by a celebrities, completely taken by a corporates in order to sponsor them, boost them, and act and score for them. Okay, to get a credit for their company, so they start giving a lot of things, but it is completely for commercial. But some corporates are giving a free and efficient coaching to the people, are really not expecting anything back, and they are giving a very establishment facility to the people who are really have a thirst on sports. Likewise, they some companies are doing wonder. So I would like to give few examples. Girls, I need your active participation here. Can I? Here is a identification. I think a few companies you can identify. Can I have an interaction with you? Somebody say yes, please. Yeah, thank you, Arshita, Priyanka, Jeevita. Thank you for making me active. Okay, which company is this? Aarti. So please text it. Reliance. Okay, Arshita, fastest finger first. Super. Okay, Arshita, you won. Reliance, excellent. So Reliance is a company which has been having all sort of promotional from the country's development. Okay, so it has been a lot of platforms, a lot of avenues on sales, even for a small to the big industry. So they're focusing on more on a healthcare, infrastructure development, rural development, and the drinking water facilities. Very important. So they'll be focusing more on our drinking water facilities. I've given bore wells and hand pumps where the people are really suffering with a yeah, maybe a scarcity of water. Okay, and sport promotion, educational infrastructure. They are providing a scholarship. I guess many companies are doing this sort of connection with Reliance. They are providing much, for example, 10 lakh, 2 lakh to the people who have been not able to get of education, and there is a dropouts. They find the dropouts and they're trying to give the education to the people. We'll have the second one. Okay, ready? Which company is this? Tata, Jivita, yes, superb. Okay, so a Tata group of company. Yeah, Harshita is next, and Priyanka, Aarti G, Sri Lakshmi, Kavita K, Anusha, Anupriya, Isha, Kritika, Priscilla. It is Sanjana Pooja. Thank you. So excellent. This Tata Group of Company, we have a lot of brand image in Tata Group of Company. See, these reputed company have a lot of association with employees. If you are placed in this company, you think you are financially settled. Why? Because their HR policies are awesome. Why? See, if something happened at the time of job of any employees, they will be guaranteed to get the job for their family members, even it is not there in some government jobs. Okay, so these companies are have HR policies in such a way they are really concerned about their employees and their well-being. Okay, so I will just list you the companies. Almost all the companies have that sort of HR policies. So this startup group of company, they have a special features called as Center of Excellence in Cyber Security. They promote the people who have given different apps of giving a cybersecurity platform in order to eradicate the .NET activities. Okay, so they will be promoting and they will be considering their effort and funding them to do wonders. Okay, so here the support towards the museum and art and photographic photographics things, and they used to provide a lot of funds to Pradhan Mantri's Yojanas, and they have a bridging facilities like they will see who are the interested people to come with the innovation and ready to give fund for their innovation. So this company is doing promotion on that part. So which company is this? Okay, girls, help me to find this company. ONGC, excellent, Harshita. Excellent. Okay, excellent. So it's about Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited. So they focus more on environmental sustainability, skill development, community development. See, of course, they do other part also, but it's special they will considering in this. And the other one, you know very well, it's about Indian Oil Corporation. They also spend much for education, healthcare, and their special consideration is about building toilet, and they connected with the Swachh Bharat scheme of a government. So they build much and more toilets to the rural girls and schools in the cities, rural areas. Okay, and fine urbans, I mean it. So, and providing tube wells and hand pumps and providing lot of skill based requirement to the people to develop their potentials. What is this company stands for? This logo stands for HDFC Super Subiksha. Excellent. So it is HDFC. You are so fast. Okay. So this company promoting healthcare, social awareness, Swachh Bharat, and innovation startups, community kitchen program, green entrepreneurs, waste management, integrated livestock development, disaster management, and rehabilitations. So rehabilitations for a wildlife. So these sort of platforms they do, and they prove their identity in the different way. Thank you, Pooja, and thank you, Syed, Fatima. Of course, it's Infosys, it's visible. Okay, so Infosys is a company that's giving much more contribution in case of CSR. So here the path breaking CSR, and they have been focusing on soil humidification, and they're focusing on path breaking innovator systems, drinking water facilities, research development, and they support even the armed force. our national security, and they contribute much more for the security of the nation and contribute for the heritage and conservation of our culture. Okay, so these are the platforms they spend. Okay, which company this products belongs to? Fastest finger first. Yeah, it is ITC Subiksha. Excellent. Excellent. Sunfeast is a product dear. Jivita, you're right. And Yippee is a product dear. I asked for the company. Sri Lakshmi is ITC is correct. Okay, super. So these products are connected to the ITC companies. ITC focus on livestock and livelihood and enhancement projects, heritage, safety, oil moisture and soil moisture, and taking care of all sort of agricultural based save the farmers from all aspects and indemnify their losses. So these sort of supports they're giving in the case. So these are the top most companies they spend their CSR the year of 2018 to 19 survey. Okay, so you can see other companies. There are Hindustan Zinc Limited, NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Corporation, HDFC. So these are the reputed companies. They are been giving lot of contributions. So first stand still now the Reliance stand first. They do unconditional welfare to the people in the case of CSR. So these are the sector-based explanation with the telecom services, banking and financial. See, the nature of business is also or connected to the CSR. How I'll tell you. See, as I told you, like ITC, they are producing lot of food based and beverages items where they have to take care of the farmers, so they will be focusing more on the farmers. In case of telecom services like a Tata consultancies, they look over the cyber securities and innovation, new app development, startups. So this part they will be focusing more on their CSR. Banking and financial, they'll be focusing much more on a rural development and providing educational and vocational benefit learning to the people where they adopt as a village, or maybe they'll identify the group of people they are underprivileged and they're providing the platform for them to enhance their life. Touching the lives of people with the help of CSR, it means so much. Okay, so with this, I will be. I would like to give some sort of connection of my thesis, what I have identified in my PhD. I have chosen two different variables. One is CSR perception, another one is ethical ideology. Okay, so when you say as an ethical ideology, what comes in your mind? So, ethical ideology. Okay, dear, I'll tell you. See, ethical ideology means what? For example, certain conditions will be very controversial. Okay, I can tell you the four case company which have been discussed much more on the unethical issues. I have told you the Coca-Cola company, which has been the beverages where it is not up to the quality when they sell to the um, underdeveloped country. So the quality is not maintained to that aspects. So they have a different scales for a different country. This is really unjustification. Okay, whether you sell the product in US, whether you sell it in India, your product standard must be equal, but it is not so. The standards varies based on the countries. That's really a wrong thing. Okay. And the other part, the another company, it's called as a Walmart. Would have heard about the Walmart company, Amma? So, what is Walmart? Walmart is offering glossaries and general mercantiles in a single store, in a single outlet. It is covered more than 27 countries and having a 10,130 outlets in the different countries. What is the story of Walmart? Have you heard about it? They will be selling the trade and over the counter. Even in the retail industry, it has created some miracle. But here is a case as filed against to this company saying that they are employed child laborers in their factory. Okay, so one of the country where they are come under the maybe it's not a manufacturing, it's about the packing and collecting the things. Okay, importing the things from the different platform and giving to the outlets. So they choose the country to do it. By the time they are being penalized of using the child labor in their factories. Okay, it is against to the international law of labor. Okay, so though you have reputed and fame, still you have to be indemnified and you are not abiding the regulations of the universal norms. Okay, and the third one it's about Apple. Have you heard the company's Apple? Even the Apple have been indemnified for their unethical behavior. What happened in a particular country? It's about yeah. So where there have been workers have been killed in Foxconn. Okay, the workers have killed in the Foxconn when all of a sudden there is a toxin has break out and it has given a chemical which is not good for the health. While this chemical is used for cleaning the touch screen of iPhones. Okay, so all of a sudden the chemical has broke down and many people have been died in that particular industry where they have been said sorry for the family and they have not maintained the standard in their factory. Okay, it's another part. And finally I can say uh, Canon. Canon, have you heard the company name Canon? It is moreover known for its digital cameras. Okay, so Canon has been found out the fast Xerox machines and all sort of office support items. It is resulting in the different platforms of supporting work. Here, here the problem has been filed against this Canon company where the employees are becoming ill, sick because of the attitude, because of the policy, whatever they are creating in the factory. So throughout the working hours, they should not sit in spite of whatever the health condition they possess. Okay, so they ask the employee to stand throughout the period at the time of work, and they asked to be moved in the in and around area where the limited provision is given to their part of moving. Okay, so this made sort of ill effect on their body, and they have been losing their health due to this. So though the repeated company, they also penalized of their unethical behavior. Just look over this people. They completely create an adverse effect on the Indian economy. So these 10 willful scams of India of a different companies after giving good norms and establishing a corporate governance, the Birla Committee's report was really means so much. So why I'm saying this ethics, ethical behavior of an individual is connected to the corporate. if you're if you're we say the entrepreneur, if your proprietor, if your boss is completely ethically connected and he is possess the ethical quality, never ever does harmful effect to the stakeholders. Okay, that is what my thesis have connected. Those are the people have the high standard of ethics. So ethics I have taken into a two part. One is utilitarian behavior, and other one is called as an based on personal and perception. Okay, so normally I have put into the two part and two extremes where the people are favoring CSR and not favoring CSR, where the people are completely ethical and they are not to that standard. So where I have find there is a four different clusters, and majority of the people fall under the ethical behavior. So undoubtedly, if you are ethic and if you are really connected with the good character, probably you will do something good to the society, and you will be an efficient citizenship of a corporate and do wonders in CSR and do much more development to the country, where the people are not connected and have the ethical thoughts in their behavior 100%, they create an adverse effect and bring lot of scams and lot of economical collapse in India. Okay, so with this note, I'll end up my session. Thank you for this opportunity. So only if you have strong beliefs on ethics, only you have strong beliefs on values, then only entrepreneurs and the people could survive. So these are the references I have been taken. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an interesting and informative session. Thank you for sharing your insightful thoughts, ma'am. Ma'am, shall we move on to the Q&A session, ma'am?
Sure.
What are the ethical issues in corporate social responsibility, ma'am?
Dear, when you say the ethical issues of corporate social responsibility, number one, integrity. So, what is integrity? Whether somebody is monitoring you or not, you will be yourself and you will do the right thing. That is called as integrity. So this is not happening in corporate. If your boss is at your back, you'll do the work. If your boss is not, probably you will use your personal works over there in the office, though they'll keep you as completely connected. Okay, so second one I can say, still in many corporate there is lot of work harassment and women harassments are there. They still see women as a product of other way. If we can, I cannot use that word, is something like attracting and commercial. They not see as a woman as a woman like their mother and sisters.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question, please. How corporate social responsibility enhance business prospects?
Obviously, dear. So when you say it's an ITC, okay, when you buy, have you bought a classmate books, notebooks?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
At the back there will be some sort of explanation how they connected to the environment, and they are promoting every 1 rupee for a shiksha, which is to be develop the rural people to get education. So it gives us some sort of satisfaction where you are not directly giving any contribution to the people, but still your 1 rupee is going to the people who are really need. So that gives you a happy. So that sort of brand building the companies are making. So
That was an
100%,
interesting.
yeah, CSR is connected to the brand building. Obviously, you will identify the products.
That was an interesting answer, ma'am. Next question, please. What are the major ethical issues that business faces today?
100%. Two things. That is number one is about information security. Okay, so whatever that information that I have, the accessibility and the hackers are more. Okay, so even you could see Amazon. I can give you a live example. Amazon have been said that after 20 years of celebration, I've been giving a few free vouchers to the people. If you click that link, you can get the free credit for purchasing a coupon. Okay, many people used it, but really it is a fake one, which is not promoted by Amazon. Then Amazon in the position to know, okay, who is using my name, how far he can make something as a open information to the people where I am not connected because I'm only the Amazon. So they started tracking the people and they identified who are promoting this sort of fake information in order to hack the people's monetary and financial securities.
Thank you, ma'am. That was the last question, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You inspired us to be a better person. Now I call upon Harshita, the treasurer of self-supporting, to propose the oath of thank, ma'am.
Gratitude makes sense of your past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. By Melody Beatty. I, Hashita, deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks for today's event. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. A.S. Nagalata ma'am for joining with us today for this webinar session and giving us insights on business ethics and corporate social responsibility. You taught us how to be ethical in different situations and also gave us important points to contemplate. Thank you again, ma'am. On behalf of Postgraduate and Research Department of Commerce, I extend my gratitude to the management headed by Mrs. Chandra Devi Tanikachalam and also our principal, Dr. S. Korai, who have always been a major source of encouragement. I would like to thank our principal in charge and vice principal, Dr. D.B. Usharani Aided, and vice principal, Dr. T. Usha Priya Self Supporting, for their support and guidance at all times. I thank our HODs, Dr. A.S. Saranya, Department of Commerce, Aided, and Ms. Geeta Krishnan, Department of Commerce, Self-Supporting, and the faculty coordinators for guiding us and making this event a great success. Special thanks to our student coordinators for organizing the event and also the fellow students for making a wonderful set of audience. Thank you all.